Welcome to a slightly different psychology in the shed. As you can see, it's night time, we're under lights, and I should apologise for that, because it will make me look even more like a tortoise wearing a fleece than normal, I expect. I should also apologise because I'm about to share a screen with you, and that means we're risking my technological skills as well. However, it's important that we do so because we have a really good example this week of Charles Handy's aphorism of business being full of remarkably intelligent people doing stupid things. I've had an email exchange with one of the brightest and the best from our industry who works for one of our industry thought leaders. And he said, Craig, I want to pursue this cutting edge research that has found that detached accessory dwelling units are good for productivity. They're better than working in with a family unit. Well, great. A detached accessory dwelling unit is one of these. It's a shed. And that people work better when they're not being disturbed is not cutting edge science. Also, the performance measure used was the question, how productive are you? And it's futile. You cannot measure productivity subjectively. When the police stop you for speeding and they ask, excuse me, madam, sir, how fast were you going? They don't take your answer as gospel. They've got a quantitative measure. In the 100 meters in the Olympics, they don't ask the athletes how fast they ran, they measure it. We have to do the same with productivity at work. So I want to show you how that should be done. And by the way, this is COVID beta, and you must buy it. It is the very best COVID diagnostic on the market at the moment for your business now and afterwards. And I should know because I built it. Right. So this is how we assessed performance at the moment. We looked at people's intelligence score. And we found that people that were unhappy performed significantly worse than people that were satisfied or happy with working from home. That's the bottom 30% who are not only feeling rotten, but performing badly at the moment. We also wanted to look at colour, just a little quick question, because the psychology of colour is just about the most spurious cod psychology bunch of nonsense that exists at the moment. And for example, something that people say is red is a good colour for productivity. Well, some people say. So we just tested it. And we gave people the questions for the test on red, white, and blue backgrounds. And people answering the questions on a red background did significantly worse than people answering the questions on a white and a blue background. Now, for the fun of it, we also asked people how they thought they were performing. And we didn't just ask one question, we asked three tightly correlated questions that tapped into our measure. So we produced a variable scale, proper variable scale, which tapped into how people thought they were performing. And we correlated that with the actual performance. And the number we need to look at is in the second column, in the middle, the significant two-tailed number there, which needs to be 0.05 or lower for it to be significant. And as you see, it's absolutely nowhere near that. There is no correlation whatever between how people think they perform and how they actually did. And barring fluke, that is always the case. So if anybody comes to you and says, we have measured productivity, and they've measured it by asking people, how productive are you? Then that is not only bad questionnaire design that gives you poor data, but it is misleading. It will give you wrong data. You must ignore it. And preferably don't play for the questionnaire because they're wasting your time. So I hope that helps a little bit. So as I stop sharing the screen now, in summary, buy COVID beta. It's the best thing there. It's just a fabulous tool. Secondly, when you measure productivity, do so quantitatively, measure it properly. If anybody comes to you with a subjective measure of productivity, give them a very firm kick up the bottom and ask them to leave your premises. I hope that helps. Also, we can have a bit of a smile because it looks finally as though this pandemic is starting to crumble. So I wish you a very happy week, a successful week, and a peaceful week. Hope to see you soon. Any questions, just get in touch. Bye-bye for now.